We are in desperate need of replenishment to our mercury supply. Can you help us?
I am George Washington! Is there more salt ration for today? No.
Oi, mate. Want to sit for a round? Quietly. Follow me. He's marching for Saratoga, due east of here. He left 3 hours ago. The man's a bloody butcher. Women, children, anything in his path. You must bring him down.
Near at hand, which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. Our cruel and unrelenting enemy leaves us only the choice of brave resistance or the most abject submission. We have, therefore, to resolve to conquer or die.
look at that. I found a third power source.
Already?
It popped up in an earlier search, but I've only just managed to confirm it.
Where?
There's a museum in Cairo with one on display.
I guess Connor will have to wait.
No, you stay. We need to find that key, and time is running out. I'll make the trip.
What about Cross?
Everything's going to be fine. I'll be back soon.
Ready when you are, Desmond.
The original plan was pieced together based on interviews of AC's original creator Patrice Desilets and AC3's creative director Alex Hutchinson. It has been echoed by others in the industry and was publicly hinted at by voice actor Nolan North on a panel at MetroCon 2015. Briefly put, a third game would end with a resolution of the conflict in the present day, with Desmond Miles taking down Abstergo using the combined knowledge and skills of all his ancestors, including AC1's Altair and AC2's Ezio. Desmond and Lucy would have left Earth during the 2012 apocalypse to start a brand new civilization as Adam and Eve. That's why she's called Lucy. She's named after the Australopithecus afarensis.
Ubisoft had I think Patrice Desilets was the original designer and creative director, and then they had a falling out over something called 1666. There was a bunch of political stuff. Ubisoft had people, Ubisoft Montreal had people going in and out. I don't know the whole story. I don't know anything about it, but the original story, as it was written, it was Desmond goes on these adventures, and they said, we're probably going to do about 6 games. And each game, Desmond will get, this was the original pitch, Desmond would get the abilities of his, Altair, and now he has those, then it's Ezio, he has them, and then it's going to be this guy, and ultimately by the last game, he would be the ultimate assassin with all these, and be able to time travel back.
Oh! Why did you use that?
Well, I know,
I forgot how a good sea battle could get my blood flowing. Sail around, attacking ships. That's the life.
I know that feeling. It seems to run in my family.
Your father was a seafarer, then?
My grandfather, Edward. He sailed with a rough crew. Or so I am told.
For the king?
For himself. But that is a long tale for another day, Mr. Faulkner.
Look at that. Baphomet. Libido was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. the Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Hello again.
More almanac pages?
Well, not quite. It's a treatise, actually.
Oh? Concerning what?
The benefits of taking an older woman as a lover.
Really? This I'd like to hear.
First and most obvious, they're wiser. And so this makes for far more stimulating conversation. Makes other things more stimulating as well, but more on that in a moment.
All right. Your argument for experience makes some sense.
Second, when beauty fades, women must improve their utility, lest they be discarded and forgotten. Rare is an old woman who is not also kind, compassionate, and good.
That's something of a generalization.
But also true. Now, on to the third. Older women cannot conceive, which means one less thing over which to fret. In fact, you also decrease the chance of acquiring something like the French pox, its presence clearly visible, or the woman dead.
And should one desire a child?
Then make a young woman your wife. Let the older one be a mistress. And that brings me to my fourth point. With age comes prudence. An older woman is less likely to reveal your indiscretions.
Yes. I suppose you know quite a bit about that.
And proud of it, thank you. As to the fifth reason, because in every animal that walks upright, the deficiency of the fluids that fill the muscles appears first in the highest part. The face first grows lank and wrinkled, then the neck, then the breast and arms. The lower parts continuing to the last as plump as ever, so that covering all above with a basket, and regarding only what is below the girdle, it is impossible of two women to know an old from a young one. And as in the dark all cats are gray, the pleasure of corporal enjoyment with an old woman is at least equal and frequently superior, every knack being by practice capable of improvement.
You mad bastard!
Well, it's true, and believe me, I should know. I've sampled a great many. You should try one as well. Like a fine wine, they only improve with age. Although I suppose if left unattended too long, some have a tendency to sour. And that, my friend, is a most unpleasant experience. Better to work in a field often plowed, you know?
Is there more?
Indeed, indeed. The sixth is this. The sin is less. To take a maidenhead is a great responsibility. Mishandled, it can ruin lives. No such risk with an older woman. And this implies the seventh. Younger women are more given to compunction. Anxiety and unease are not present in the more aged and experienced. And as to the last of my reasons, well, it's really quite simple. Older women are so very grateful for the attention.
You make a compelling argument, Mr. Franklin. I might just have to run a few tests myself.
I highly recommend it.
Connor, I'm so glad you're here. The plans I bought, they weren't just a folding chair. Oh no, they had something else with them. Something quite astonishing. A flying machine designed by Leonardo da Vinci himself. And I've built it. You can be the first to try it if you like. You'll be able to fly, soar like an eagle.
And it works?
Da Vinci was one of the greatest minds in human history. As brilliant a man as there has ever been. You can be certain it works. Would you like to try?
Yes. Such a device would certainly prove useful. I'm a little on edge, Captain. The prospect of Captain Kidd's treasure and the mysteries that lie with it have me a trifle spooked.
Stay your anxiety. It is likely only treasure.
I thought the same thing, but considering what the man went through to hide it, I'm not so sure. All those scrolls lead us to the belly of this remote island. Awful out of the way, Captain. What was Kidd hiding, for Christ's sake?
I do not know. But I am intrigued to find out.
Remember what was written. Close to a tree kissed by fire, near the wolf's abode, under the eagle's bed and the rock that does not fit. Whatever that means. Do you think there might be landmarks?
Possibly.
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favour?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. Be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening. In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Well
Dance with the best, fall like the rest. Winner!
Master Kenway. Yes, may I help you?
Charles Lee, sir. A pleasure.
Is that supposed to mean something?
I don't understand. Why are you here?
To hear this.
I have not deserted, sir. I am here under Commander Amherst's orders.
Show me a letter bearing his seal, and you might be spared the gallows.
I have no such thing. The nature of my work, sir.
It's the sort of thing best not put to paper.
Hatham.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
And to think I used to call him brother.
What now? Well, they'll chase us off if we try and return.
We're done with this camp. As luck would have it, so are they. Come along. General Braddock.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Wolves often travel in packs.
Master Pitcairn won't be here for but a few weeks. I shall return him to his proper post once our work is finished.
The devil's work, no doubt. It's bad enough my superiors have insisted I grant you use of Charles. But they've said nothing about this traitor. You'll not have him.
Edward, listen to reason.
We're done here. See these gentlemen out.
Now's the time to strike.
Wait. To scatter the expedition is not enough. We must ensure that Braddock falls, else he's sure to try again.
Edward. Not so fun on the other end of the barrel, is it? I never took you for a coward, Edward.
Come on, then! Such arrogance. I always knew it would be the end of you. Is the end of...
What?
I was told you could train me.
No. Go away!
I'm not leaving!
Make ready! Hold fire! Open fire!
Radun hagedun. Za shewe nekti ohnujera. Wakanu dunyu we dogati go oya lungwe ayazenesege.
Gunner? I saved the last one for you.
are those
Peace.
who would betray
Peace.
and manipulate you.
Have I not always
Worse
been an
yet,
advocate?
take the land
Have
by
I not
force.
always sought to protect you from harm?
If you wish to protect us, then give us arms, muskets and horses that we might defend ourselves.
War is not the answer.
We remember, Stanwix. We remember you moved the borders. Even today your men dig up the land, showing no regard for those who live upon it. Your words are honeyed, but false. We are not here to negotiate, nor to sell. We are here to tell you and yours to leave these lands.
So be it. I offered you an olive branch, and you knocked it from my hand. Perhaps you'll respond better to the sword.
Are you threatening us?
We need to keep those bastards at bay while the tea's being dumped. Let me help.
Enemy approaching! All right, boys! Make ready for war!
Looks like they're coming to say hello. Ready yourselves!
Aye, aye!
Even those men you sought to save have turned their backs on you. Yet you fight. You resist. Why?
Because no one else will.